Morty's Diner. Hot coffee without the toxic sludge.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Morty's Diner. And can't you tell from the sound of my voice how absolutely thrilled I am to be here today? Hey, Hurricane. How you doing, bud? How's it going? All right. So, got a few things I can talk about. But first off, I want to say up front that you see on the screen it says Morty's Diner. Riveting, brilliant, comedic, quality content, and the best coffee in town. There's a Victorinox watch. Well, I just want to be honest, honesty in advertising. Today's show is not going to be riveting, brilliant, comedic, or quality content. It's going to suck. So just stating that up front. Some days Morty's got it. Some days Morty ain't got it. And Morty ain't got nothing today. So I'll talk about Marcello, believe it or not. So earlier today, I looked at Marcello's show from yesterday, and he was on basically, near tears, very, very upset and sad about not having any money and how he closed the restaurant so he could uh, uh, have the time and ability to travel the world with his wife, Mommy. Nice, okay. But now he's crying. Well, yeah, crying basically, or in tears, saying he has no money. I can empathize with that because I have no money. But hey, Hurricane, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Morty time all the time. It's Morty a go go. Well, we're trying, but today I don't want to mislead anyone. It's not a riveting, brilliant, comedic quality content show, though things could change, but thank you, Hurricane. So I started crying myself a little bit. I was getting kind of teary eyed listening to Marcello, his sad tale about he closed the restaurant and he bought it. Now, if this is correct, I don't know. I didn't ask him directly or hear him say directly, but other people have said this and he's gone along with it, that he took a YouTube course on how to make a channel successful or more successful. And I heard the figure $10,000 put out there by some of the YouTubers, that he paid $10,000 for a YouTube course to make a channel successful, which, for some people, that could be money well spent, well invested. Okay. And that he also bought a MacBook Pro laptop or something, and that cost $9,000 or $8,000. Something like that. I can't be exact on these numbers, but I've heard various people say this. Hey, I just realized what's missing besides any content. There's some nice music in the background. Ah, there we go. And that sounds good. And so he spent $10,000. If these numbers are correct, if he spent $10,000 plus $8,000, $18,000 to improve his channel. But now he's near tears that he doesn't have any money to go traveling around the world. But then he said, mommy has accumulated rewards points. I don't know, I guess credit cards or things like that to build up bonus points to pay for the world travel, which is fantastic. Okay. And but he has no money. So today, well, it was yesterday's show, by doing his crying show where the Shrieker joined the panel, he took in over $200. So I thought, wow, that's pretty clever. Go on the show, cry about, literally be in tears about no money, and then you get $200 in 15 minutes or something like that, half hour. So, wow, that was very clever. Very well done. So, hats off on that, for him for that. But, I don't understand. I'll have to say it again. These people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their watches and then they say, oh, I don't have any money. Now, I know the Shrieker was saying, well, that's for his retirement. But that doesn't make any sense, you see. But anyway, hello, PayPig85. Great to see you. Good to catch a show. Had to be a vampire to catch the last few. Right. Yeah, well, I understand that. And thank you very much for the $9.99 channel support. Do you really want to be called PayPig85? Really? Wow. Hey, I'll tell you something, PayPig85. I heard you on a show recently with some other people on a panel on one of those other channels, and I'm trying to put together a show for this Sunday, probably 2:00, and I've been practicing with the technical aspects of doing some things because I'm not a tech guy, But it looks like I'm able to do it. So this Sunday, 2:00, I'm going to be talking about some stuff that I've heard on some of the other shows about me, and then some other stuff as well. It'll be a new approach with new technology for my channel. So, and if you can't catch it on Sunday live, then hopefully you'll be able to catch the replay. So, again, thank you, PayPig85. All right. Yeah, so I don't know. I look at things differently. I don't have any money. I sold another one of my guitars 2 days ago. Do I love it? Yeah, I loved it, but I have others, and I got some money for it. And so, I don't get it because if I had hundreds of, I'm just saying I'm just giving a case for you to consider or not. If I had hundreds of thousands of dollars in luxury products, there is no way in a million years I would go on my channel and say, I don't have any money. I just don't get it. I would sell my Cartier cufflinks. I don't need them anymore. I would sell another guitar. I could sell firearms. I could sell sperm. Well, I think I've passed the age where you can sell sperm to the sperm bank. I think that cutoff was 37 years old. I looked at that once. I looked into that once when I lived in Los Angeles. The UCLA student paper always had ads in the back in the classified part for sell your sperm to the sperm bank. There's all kinds of sperm banks in LA, obviously, because that's all people do there is just whack off all day long. And I thought, well, no, wait a minute, sell sperm. That potentially could mean that somebody could select my vial of sperm and create a human being. And how would I feel about that, knowing that there's kind of a Morty derived person out there And I thought, well, yeah. So I called them up and I said, yeah, how do I get into, jerking off for money? And they said, oh, thank you for calling, and they gave me the information. They said it was something like the upper age for donating. I think the lady said was 37. Something like that. I could be mistaken, but, said, oh, 37, I blew it. I'm 38, or something like that. I screwed up. She goes, well, c'est la vie. And I said, well, yeah, I blew it, baby. All that time I was doing it for free. I could have been making big money. I mean, big money, but that time had passed. But there's all kinds of ways to make money without when you have literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in luxury products and you have no money, sell something. Sell the Goyard watch box. Sell one of the lower priced watches. I'm just speaking for myself, okay? I'm not making anybody do anything, right? I have an old computer I could sell, sell, anything, go on eBay and sell old clothing. AD Never Calling, but he's talked about this. He buys used clothing on eBay, shoes, pants, all kinds of stuff, winter coats. Put stuff on eBay, get $50 here, $100 there, $25 here. So I don't, I just don't have any, I just don't get it, All right, let's catch up on the comments. Hello, T-Father. Spiritual greetings for all those who need prayers or voids in their life. Yes, very good. Paypig, just changed it for 2 weeks. It's a joke to the piss ball. Got it, okay. Hello, Dodger. Great to see you. It's 12 noon, Wednesday afternoon here in Portland, and obviously evening in Poland. Okay. T-Father. AC3 distributed his sperm for free over Southeast Asia. It was the only thing he didn't charge for in his entire life. That's very interesting observation, T-Father. For the master of I don't do shit for free, he sure jacked off for free every day, probably. Think of how much money, if he was accepted. Well, they have an upper age limit, 35, 37, whatever. But when he was younger, he could have been selling all that product or byproduct for money. Of course, that would mean if some woman selected his vial. Wow. But anyway, okay. Dodger, I have snow to sell if anyone's interested. Okay, that's great. Okay. Hurritan. The part AD Never Calling doesn't tell you is the used clothing he buys is vintage clothing from celebs like Clark Gable. Really? Oh, well, that puts a whole new spin on it then. Okay. No, he buys, I've talked to him about this. He said, he said to me once, where I can get some good pants? And I said, go to LL Bean. I buy their pants and they're great. He said, yeah, but that's expensive. I don't know, $79 will last you, a long time. So he says, I'm not going to do that. He buys pants and stuff on eBay. But then again, he's a decamillionaire and I'm a pauper. So maybe he's got something there. He's got the backyard pool. I don't. 9 p.m. there. Okay. Hello, Mega. There are a lot of license plate cheaters driving around today. No metal plates, front or rear, and no dealer paper tag in the back window either. Scoffless. Oh, yeah. Well, I watched those police body cam vids where they pull people over with the handmade paper plates that say private. That's what it says, private, because they're a sovereign citizen retard. And the policeman says, hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. I'm pulling you over because you don't have a license plate. And then the argument starts, well, sure I do. And they say, well, that's not a license plate. That doesn't mean anything. You need a license plate. License and registration and insurance ID, please. And then it takes about 2 minutes. The person rolls up the window. 10 minutes later, they break open the window and drag the person out screaming, and they handcuff him, and it's all that. So, but that's always good entertainment to see how stupid many people are out there. But anyway, okay. Dodger, I spent the whole day fettling my new bushcraft knife. Sounds nice. I don't know what fettling means. Is that really a word? Maybe that's a word for in the watch world. Let me see. Is that a word? Fetting. Fettle. A mixture of ore, cinder, etc., used to line the hearth of puddling furnace. The operation of shaving or smoothing the surface of undried clayware. I'm totally confused. Fine, yeah, being in fine fettle. Well, that's I understand that's different. Fettle is a verb meaning to remove excess material from a cast component, to line or repair a furnace, or to prepare or arrange something. It also is a noun meaning the condition of health or spirits, like being in fine fettle. Okay, well, I guess I don't know. All right. Hello, Gampers. Good afternoon from partly cloudy St. Croix. All right, well, good afternoon. Yes, it is a word. Yes. All right, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I just don't get it. Now I'm going to get attacked for saying these things, but, I get attacked every day, all the time anyway, with lies. It's all lies. Everything here is lies. Lies and distortions. But anyway, I'll talk about that on Sunday. And sell something. I don't get it. The person's a young person. Yeah, he's a young guy. Plenty of time to make money. I saw AD Never Calling on there saying, why don't you become a tennis coach and charge all the Japanese $100 an hour or something like that? And that makes a lot of sense. You'd get lots of customers. Be a tennis coach. It's a great idea. Yeah. So, Campers, just back from lunch at a place called Rhythms at Rainbow Beach. Only so-so. Well, all right. Hurricane. By the way, Hurricane, I want to state for the record, I mean, it doesn't mean it. My opinions don't mean anything. Nobody listens to anything I ever say, but I have heard Jax talk about your fake Lamborghini and all that, and I just want to state for the record, your Lamborghini is a Lamborghini. Okay. I'm not a car guy, but a Hurricane, it says Lamborghini on it. The Hurricane is sold at authorized Lamborghini dealers. It comes with the Lamborghini warranty and a customer package. Okay, it's got Lamborghini written on it. It's on their website, Lamborghini Hurricane. It's a Lamborghini. Case closed. Now, Jax likes to dissect that, really break it down into minutia of technical, criticism. And that, to me, that's no. It's a Lamborghini. This is just period. Okay. Morty, what is required and what can be dropped from an authentic New York pastrami deli sandwich? Rye bread, mustard, pickle. Well, you could add coleslaw to it. That's really, really popular. That's really great. I mean, Hurricane, do you want to meet me in New York or Montreal? If you want an authentic New York, it has to be in New York. I don't know how they make it in Montreal, but rye bread, pastrami, hot pastrami, mustard, coleslaw. Unbelievable. And there's other variations. A pickle, no, I wouldn't put a pickle on it. I guess you could. But I haven't eaten pastrami in over 20 years. Here in the Northwest, there's nowhere that really has it. I mean, people here just eat hamburgers and they just talk about hamburgers. Hamburgers and coffee, donuts. That's about it, you know. Gampers, what's Mr. Magoo doing on the screen? Is that Mr. Magoo? Okay. What's he doing? He's telling everyone Morty's Diner is riveting, brilliant, comedic quality content, and it has the best coffee in town, except today. You know, like I said, today there's no riveting, brilliant, comedic quality content. It's just boring shit. But, okay. Hurricane. Tennis coach makes a lot of sense until you actually notice that Marcelo is pretty bad at playing tennis, LOL. Well, I have no idea if he's good at tennis or not good at tennis, okay? But there are a lot of people who are tutors of academic subjects, like high school, college tutors, or tennis coaches, golf coach, any kind of coach, driving instructor. They might not be any good, but they're working and make money. So the test, if he's any good or not, is if he gets once he gets customers, do the customers stay with him? You know? And if every customer only takes one lesson and never continues, then that's telling him something. If they stay with him, then whether he's good or not is almost secondary. If he's got the customer base that is paying him weekly for the lessons, then but I think that would be very good for him. He loves tennis, and why not make money at it? He would certainly make more teaching tennis, coaching at tennis than his YouTube channel. But then again, he made like $200 in a half hour today. So that would be like 2 hours of $100 an hour. That's a lot of physical work, you know, for $200 for 2 hours when he made it in half an hour about. So I don't know. Sorry, we'll stop using big words. Oh, we love big words on this channel. It's the other channel that doesn't do the big words. They call them dictionary words. A Dodger. Jealous tossers will already take the piss out of those who are more successful than themselves. Jealous tossers. I think tosser means a wanker in British English. Jealous tossers will always take the piss out of those who are more successful than themselves. That's probably right, yeah. Sad they don't have a Lambo. Right. Yeah, the whole Lambo thing, I just don't get it. I mean, I'm not a car guy, so it says Lambo, it's a Lambo, you know. They sell it at the dealership, it's a Lambo, you know. Simple as that. Campers. Pastrami on a club is just as authentic as pastrami on rye. Tend to get a bigger sandwich when ordered on a club. Bit of a hack. Well, yeah, I mean, you could add pastrami to anything. You could add it to scrambled eggs, you know, like salami or bologna or ham, you know, or sausage. You could do a lot of things with it. Hello, Mrs. Wilkinson. Good evening, my dears. Hope everyone is well. Thank you very much. Mrs. Wilkinson is the classiest person in the Archieverse by far. Well, that's quite a compliment. You mean it's not me? Okay, Mrs. Wilkinson. All right, there you go. Oh, Gampers, you're so kind, my love. I do try my best. Very nice. Okay, yeah. There are people out there who don't know the difference between pastrami and corned beef. You know, there are people who don't know what Munster cheese is. I mean, it's just whatever. Campers, pastrami on rye, pumpernickel, club, all acceptable. Have to have proper brown mustard. Well, the mustard is critical. You have to have proper brown deli mustard. Yeah. Half sour pickle. I sliced them and put them on the sandwich with onion rings and black cherry soda. Simple. Okay. Yeah, that all works well. I've never heard of adding onion rings onto the sandwich. That certainly is doable. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I would have the pickle on the side. You like to slice it and put it on the sandwich. That works. Yeah, I would have the sandwich with the pickle on the side, like with the sauerkraut or pickle or whatever. But yeah, it all works. Gampers, going to Blue's Backyard Barbecue and Grill tonight. We'll see how their brisket is. Please take photos of all your food adventures, and we can do a show about your food adventures in the Caribbean. Just saying. Okay. How do we get onto pastrami? Oh, Hurricane asked that. That's right. Oh, man. All right. The invite link is up if anyone wants to join the panel, but I don't want to mislead anyone. Like I said, there's nothing riveting, brilliant, comedic, or quality about today's show. It's pretty blasé, and it's pretty much a nothing show. But hey, why should I be different than anybody else? Yeah. Unbelievable. So everything I just said in the opening monologue will be twisted, distorted, and screamed at and ridiculed by certain other people. It'll all be twisted out of shape and, vomited back in an unrecognizable form, but whatever. All right. So what else is going on? Well, this is a afternoon show. I have things to do, but I thought, well, I'll do a show. I haven't really done a show in quite a while. I did a melon relaxation show 1 or 2 nights ago. For me, it was very relaxing. And what else could you want? People on these channels have no idea what relaxation is. They just scream and yell and rant. Anyway, okay, I won a Powerball lottery. I won $8 on the Powerball. I think it was like $325 million jackpot, but I got $8. I haven't cashed it yet, so next time I go to the supermarket, where they sell the ticket, I can cash it in. Cash it out or cash it in? I think both, yeah. All right. What else? Let's see. I had very bad sleep last night. I only slept about 3 hours. And in that 3 hours, I had some very strange dreams, very strange. I don't remember them now, but they were very not pleasant. I renewed my Costco membership. I hadn't planned on doing that, but I did a couple days ago. I like their frozen pizza singles. They're really good. So I bought that, and their frozen fish sticks are very good. And I bought a box of the frozen chicken bakes. They're okay, but and a 3-pound bag of organic frozen organic blueberries, which are good, and some other stuff. But I think it's worth it over the year. It's only $60, and I think you would at least save that much over the year. So, if anything, just buying those products. So, yeah. 6 people. We're doing great. 6 people here. Fantastic. So I'm going to do a show on Sunday. All new format. And, well, I'll tell you, clips and commentary. It's scheduled for Sunday. I'm going to do 2 o'clock. And it's going to be, first time I'm going to be doing clips and commentary. And I'm still practicing how to do it because I don't understand. I still have to learn technically how to set it up. I practiced yesterday, and I think I almost got it, but because I don't want to do it incorrectly when I do the show Sunday. I want it to go, smoothly and technically correct. And I think that'll be a very good show. People will like that. All three people who watch. Hello, Boris. Costco Motor City Detroit pizza is a good item to have in the freezer. I've seen that. I never bought it because I don't understand what is Detroit pizza. I understand Chicago pizza. I've never had it, but I understand what it is. I know New York pizza. What is Detroit pizza? I don't get that. Hey, Dodger, thank you very much. 10 Polish, whatever they are. Super sticker. Thank you very much for the channel support, Dodger. Okay. Zlotys, is that what they're called? Polish money is zlotys. Let me look that up. Polish money. It's called zloty, Z-L-O-T-Y. That's right. How about that? Thank you. Yeah. So, Boris, what is Detroit pizza? Can you describe that? Because I don't know what it is. There's also back in New York, when I was growing up, a lot of the pizzerias there, or many of them, they also sell Sicilian pizza, which nobody ever bought because nobody liked it. But a lot of those places sold, and that was a square pizza, more doughy, and then they'd cut it in squares. And I might have had that once or twice, but it's not the same thing. You want that triangle-shaped, thin crust New York pizza. That's pizza. But hey, somebody must have been buying it because all those pizzerias had it. Anyway, all right. But I didn't like it. It's too much dough. All right. Well, I'm doing a good job sticking to my statement. Today's show is not riveting, nor brilliant, nor comedic, nor quality. So very good. Okay, Boris. Detroit is a rectangular pizza, and they let the cheese melt down the sides for a caramelized cheese and use a focaccia-style crust. Okay, I've never seen that in person. I don't, that doesn't sound tasty to me. Rectangular pizza, okay. They let the cheese melt down the sides for a caramelized cheese and use a focaccia style. I guess it would be okay, but it doesn't appeal to me. But look, if other people are having it, I'll try it too. Okay. Hey, Boris, since you say you're in the Portland area, how about the weather this week? Pretty incredible, huh? Raining every day, howling winds, really cold, and flood alerts, flood warnings all around Portland and the Northwest. I'm loving the weather. It's right now, I think it stopped raining, but gray skies and more rain coming. So fantastic. Thank you, Dodger. Thank you for the positive support. All right. I just got an email. Let's see what hater is contacting me here. Oh, I had a dentist appointment 4 or 5 days ago, and I canceled it the same day. I just I couldn't get moving. Just could not do it. And this particular dentist, they state very clearly, cancellation without 24 hours notice results in a $100 charge. And I was feeling so bad. I just I said, okay, if they're going to charge me $100 for missing it, oh well, all right. And then yesterday I had a doctor's appointment at 2:30, and I just couldn't get moving. And it was pretty important. And I just couldn't do it. So I called up an hour and a half before, maybe 2 hours before, And I said, I'm sorry, I just can't make it today. And I rescheduled, but I really wanted the appointment yesterday to take care of something. And I just couldn't get there. These kinds of things never happen to people like Doc's Report because they're always organized and living the fitness lifestyle. And they make their bed every morning with the bedspread. So if they have a 2:40 appointment, they're there at 2:40. In fact, they're probably there at 2:30 or 2:20. You know, and they don't reschedule appointments because they just don't feel like it. So now the doctor's office might have charged me a no-show fee as well, though they didn't mention that. But yeah, I can only do what I can do, and it ain't much. Boris, yes, very depressing garbage weather for me here in Portland. Once it snows at the mountain, I'll be spending a few times a week. Until then, it's rain, rain, and more rain. Yeah, that's the best thing about Portland is half of the year it's gray. I mean gray, cloudy, and raining. And it's fantastic. Cold, windy. It's great. I especially love going to the coast, the Oregon coast, in this kind of weather because it's very romantic to be over at the beach area in gray skies, windy, cold, rain. I used to do that back in New York in the snow and the rain, go to the beach. It was great. Yes, got it. Thank you, Mrs. Wilkinson. Yes. Um, Portland in the summer months is awful. It's extremely sunny. I mean, extremely sunny, bright. Very July and August, very hot. It's awful, just terrible. All right. Okay, we covered the pastrami. We covered my Marcello comments, which is just my opinion. I mean, everyone. I know people will start screaming about. Did you hear Morty yesterday? This fucking guy. Yeah, but that goes with the territory, right? Yeah. You say here, once it snows at the mountain, you mean Mount Hood? You go to Mount Hood a few times a week, really? I haven't been to Mount Hood. I've been to Hood River months ago, but I haven't been to Mount Hood in over a year. And, yeah. All right. 14 people watching. I don't know why, but I'm going to ask if the audience would give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if they like the show or hate the show. That would be nice. I just gave myself a thumbs up, which means a like. I don't mean a thumb up, you know what I mean. Hit the like button is what I meant. All right. What other non-content do I have for today? I've decided, I try all kinds of coffee, and I've decided that the best all-around coffee, I mean, it always works for me. It's always good. And it's available in every supermarket here. And yeah, I do like other brands of coffee, but the all-purpose always works for me is Peet's Coffee House Blend ground. It always works. I have 2 bags of coffee now in the cupboard, and yeah, they're okay, but the house blend by Peet's Coffee is better. So that's my go-to everyday all-purpose coffee. It always works. So I should just stay with the one and stop, experimenting with other brands of coffee and stuff. All right, Boris. Yes, Mount Hood for alpine touring and Mount Bachelor in Bend a few times a month. I've never been to Bend, Oregon. Yeah, I mean, I am going to go to Corvallis next month. But, I'm going to go with some other people, but I don't know what the hell I would be doing in Corvallis, But I'll take a look at it. And but you can go south from Portland to Corvallis, then Eugene, and then drive over to Bend. That's a very long drive, but yeah. What would I do in Bend? I have no idea. They've also got something in southern Oregon called Crater Lake. Is that what it's called? Which I guess is pretty nice to look at, but that's a long drive or bus ride, I guess. Amtrak won't go. Amtrak will get a little close, but then you still got to take a bus, or drive it. So it's a long trip. All right. Oh, I heard another. I just saw on the Portland news another major retailer in downtown just closed up. What store was that? One of the big stores downtown. What was it? I don't remember, but another one of the big retailers downtown, which is a shithole cesspool. Another one just closed. I forgot what it was, but whatever. All right. That's it. Nordstrom Rack. That's it, Boris. Yep. They're all closing. We got this new mayor from last year's election, and he's a jerk off, just like the governor. He hasn't done anything,
Morty's Diner. Hot coffee without the toxic sludge.
Yeah, so the big news is my first clips and commentary show will be this Sunday. I'm looking at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I think I'll be able to fully get the technical part of it worked out. I have no one I can ask to help me, how to do that. I did ask Watch Nicholas once back when he loved me. How do you do that? How do you show clips, other, videos? And he kind of told me how to do it. And I said, oh, that makes sense. Okay. I said, gee, that sounds simple. But I don't remember exactly what he told me because he doesn't love me anymore. I can't call him and ask him, email him and ask him because, But I think I remember what he said. And I tried that out with some practice streams last night, and I think I got it, but it's not exactly right like everyone else does it. But there's no one I can ask. I can't ask any of those people, So just all on my own, trying to figure it out. But it'll work. So that'll be Sunday, 2 o'clock. It's going to be pretty damn good. And that's the truth. It's going to be pretty damn good. And very revealing. All right. The invite link is up, but I don't know why anyone would want to be a part of today's non-riveting, non-brilliant, non-comedic, non-quality show. But the link is up. All right. Some people have a couple people commented a week or two ago. They said, hey, man, you're playing those clips too many times. And I found that a very surprising comment because on those other channels, they play clips. They play the same clips just into infinity, like the Mike the Snake Pantera clip. I don't know how many hundreds of times they've played the Pantera clip. But I play a clip 10 or 20 times over a month or two, and hey, man, you're playing these clips too many times. So I can't win. Never can win. Hello, Max. How you doing? All right. What else? Well, there's nothing else. I'm just hanging out, offering an alternative to the screaming and the hate and the viciousness. And yeah. Anyone have any show ideas or topic suggestions? You can put them in the chat and we can do that. Hello, Guy Gadwa. How are you doing? So I'm going to call back the dentist office today or tomorrow and reschedule that appointment. And I'm sure the receptionist is going to tell me, "Oh, well, you didn't give us 24 hours, so we charged you $100 late, no show." And I'm going to say, "Well, nothing I can do about that. I knew it at the time, so I'll just have to, as they say, just eat it." Hello, Thomas. £4.99 all the way from England. Thank you very much. Towards the cat coffee AI clip that you just played. I like that one. By the way, who got knocked off the menu? Is anyone going to replace them? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Thomas. Yeah, I removed Watch Nicholas and Dr. Bob's Nightmare from the YouTube celebrity menu at the diner. They've been extremely viscountenous towards me. I mean, just awful, absolutely awful. Nick, even more so. Bob, moderately, but enough. Okay, to get himself removed from the celebrity menu. And Nicholas has just gone full hate on me over the last few months. The insults are just beyond. And this is from a guy who said he would love me forever. So yeah, they're both off. I'm going to look at the menu in January and maybe reevaluate new people, maybe some new people to be on the menu. Yeah. Yeah, well, they're both banned on my channel too. Now, I've been asked about the penance list. I have prepared the penance list. It is in presentation form. And I haven't shown it, because I'll tell you why. I mean, it's ready to be shown. I mean, I could just bring it up and do it. But I haven't done it because as soon as I post the penance list, by the way, other people have been using that word penance. Ever since I came up with the penance list idea, other people are talking about penance. And I saw on the Watch Nicholas channel, he posted something. He said the price for JB to come back is $2,000 penance to come back on his channel. So penance. Well, I made the penance list. Now other people are using my content again, my ideas as usual. But yeah. So JB is in the hospital, I understand, and wish him the best. Hope he gets well. Get well soon. Get well. We wish you to get well. Yeah. And yeah, but so I haven't shown the penance list because I figured if I don't show it, people basically would know who would be on it. Okay. Dodger, penance equals every good deed never goes unpunished. Every good deed never goes. You're right. You're absolutely right, Dodger. Yeah. Because I figure, well, most people would know, well, these people, I can figure out who are the people on Morty's penance list. Yeah, it's probably this guy, this guy, this guy. Yeah. So people would know. Okay. And if I post it and show the amounts and the names, that's going to be immediately used by certain haters and vicious people. And they'll be doing a 3-hour show about me and the penance list. And then they'll be screaming and yelling and cursing and lying about me with more lies, more hate, more viciousness, more bullshit, more twisted stories. And I figured, well, what else would be new? That's nothing new. So show it anyway. But I don't know. I don't know. Gigadwa. Those people are unscrupulous, Morty. Thoroughly unscrupulous. Isn't that a line from that movie, The Ninth Gate, with Johnny Depp, where he's visiting, he's a rare bookseller, and he goes to these people's home where the old man is, they want to sell the old man's collection who's kind of senile. And he has these very rare books. So he goes and offers them like pennies on the dollar for this 6-figure book collection. He offers them like $50,000, and they're easily worth $500,000 or something like that. And as he's walking out with the books that he paid for, he meets this other bookseller who's a real shifty guy too, but kind of more honest. And he sees the books that he bought, and he goes, "You probably ripped those people off. You're unscrupulous. Unscrupulous." So maybe that's related to Guy Gadwan's comment. Maybe not. But yeah. Somehow I could never hate Morty. Oh, I hate Morty. So somehow that's nice of you to say that, Dodger. Right. Guy Gadwan, did you see what they made up about JB? Yeah, I saw that post. From the Watch Nicholas channel that said JB passed away, and then PayPal link, send money now. It was something like that. And then they went on and talked about, no, he did not pass away, but they posted it. Now listen, speaking as someone who was dead on YouTube, okay, to my friend JB, who was called to be dead on YouTube, I can relate with the JB experience because we both been pronounced dead on YouTube. Incredible. So then I heard yesterday, no, he's still in the hospital being treated, but he's doing all right, maybe. Yeah. Yes, grifters, unbelievable. Exactly. I kind of miss JB with his. He has a different style of hate ranting. It's more. It's not just a blast of just a massive blast. It's more a storytelling viscountness. It's more creative, a little more detail and texture to his I don't want to say the word hate, but hate streaming viscountness, as opposed to some other guys who just they don't know how to do. They have no control. They just get on there and just blast it all out, and yeah. Hey, McLobster, $2 super chat. Thank you very much for the channel support. Believable, right? Exactly. So no one is more qualified on these channels to relate to JB's situation than I am, because we've both been pronounced dead to YouTube. We're dead on YouTube, from the haters and the viscountness people. Dodger, 50 Polish zlotys. YouTube resurrection money for Morty. Oh, well, yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for the channel support. Resurrection money. Wow. Can't get better than that. Okay. Great. Thank you, Dodger. All right. Okay. Hey, you know who I haven't seen in quite a while is GD. I haven't seen him here or on other channels. So maybe he's traveling the world, or busy at work. Who knows? Yeah. Loose tooth, both rose like Lazarus. Well, I was never dead. That's the thing. I mean, you never know what's going to happen any day of your life. But that was the story that was being spread by, certain people. And like with the JB situation yesterday and today. Unbelievable. Thank you again, Dodger. Well, for a show with absolutely no content, I seem to have been doing okay talking for about almost an hour. So we'll keep it going. The only thing I want to do today is the key thing is I want to call the dentist office again and reschedule that appointment that I didn't go to. I just couldn't get moving. I just couldn't do it. I guess if somebody was here holding a knife to my throat, I guess I could have gotten there in time. But I just didn't, Then again, maybe that wouldn't have done it, So, McLobster caught some of the Marcello blasting yesterday and needed anxiety medication and a face shield is required to be on these channels. Face shield and a full hazmat suit is recommended for the unbelievable blasting. It's it's just unbelievable. But you need a face shield, you need a full hazmat suit, because you never know when you're going to get blasted. Yeah, well, that's nasty. We have right now 13 viewers. That's fantastic. And that means 11 regular real viewers and 2 deranged haters are watching. So greetings to all. Loose Tooth, Morty, did you see Marcello yesterday? And the only reason he's not stabbing people is because of Tabacha. I saw Marcello's show earlier today because I had heard they were talking about it, some other people. So I looked it up and I watched, I don't know, half hour of it or something like that. And yeah, but I did see the stabbing remarks about stabbing people but something like that. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. But look, if he's going to stab anybody, at least he can be wearing a meteorite dial Pepsi. You can stab people in style. If you're going to stab people, at least be wearing a meteorite dial Pepsi. Deranged, that would be you. No, that's not you. No, I mean the deranged. I mean the truly deranged. Yeah. But what's really deranged is the deranged people call me deranged. Can you get better than that? That's really classic. Exactly, Gigadwa. All right. Morty needs the money. Help support the channel. Thanks for your support. What else can I say? That's all true. Yeah. I did hear Jax say that he would like to be Docs Report's housemate. That when he's 55 years old, he'd like to move down to the village's adjacent area where Docs is and live in his house, do all the cleaning, and, be his housemate. Can you believe that? Wow. Okay. Mrs. Wilkinson, I just want to see peace in this community. Well, you should know, Mrs. Wilkinson, that will never, ever happen because those people they live for, like breathing oxygen, they live and need the hate for their existence because they're sick people. Yeah, right. Doc's banned Dodger because he didn't like his hat. That was, how do you explain that? I was watching the show that day. Dodger was there. He was wearing a Viking hat, Viking helmet with horns kind of thing. And Doc said, I don't want you here with your funny hats. And he got rid of him. Like, if you want to wear funny hats, wear them on the other shows, not on my show. Something like that. I didn't get that at all. Wow. Brutal. McLobster. The golf course would be covered in chickens and Doc's would be evicted. Oh, if Jax moved into Doc's house, yeah, there'd be Tyson's chicken wrappers all over the golf course, blowing in the wind. That would be a problem. Are you still banned on Lex's channel? You're asking me? I don't think I am, because a week or so ago, I posted a comment in the chat, and it showed up. I don't think he wants me on the panel because he said that. I don't want you on my panel. He said something like that a month ago, give or take. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm actually banned on his panel, but I think I'm okay on his. I can still comment on his chat. Dodger should have worn my YMCA leather cap. He would have been all over me. Wow. Dodger, yeah, he's banned over there on the Doc's report. Wow. Amazing. 16 viewers, 14 regular viewers, and 2 deranged haters. Welcome, everyone. Mrs. Wilkinson, Florida is far too hot and humid. Also, it has, what is that? Also, it has alligators. So it's a no from me. Well, I agree with you. I've been, years ago, I've been through much of Florida, Disney World, Orlando, Kissimmee, all along the Atlantic coast, from Jacksonville down to Miami. And oh man, is it hot and humid. It's just awful. And you got all those giant bugs everywhere, and lizards and snakes. And it's too bad because it would be a nice environment to live in South Florida. Lots of places I could be pretty content, but the weather is just a killer, and the bugs, the giant bugs, I just can't deal with that. They say alligator tastes like chicken. You know, I've heard that too. I've never had alligator. I was at a Middle Eastern import food store recently here, and they had frozen alligator, like chicken tenders. They had frozen alligator pieces in the frozen food section. This same place also sold camel milk. And I don't have any, burning desire to try out alligator. But look, if other people are having some, okay, I'll try it. How's the vulture doing? Yeah, I'm the one who's the content vulture. They do nothing but show other people's shows, and I'm the content vulture. That's a classic. Yeah, but you know what they say about the vulture? Yeah, I was also called a buzzard, content buzzard. But they're the buzzards. They're the buzzard people, not me. But, that's who they are. What can I tell you? Hello, Rich Mitch. Good to see you. How's it going? Yeah, all right. Well, I've already completed over an hour of the first show with absolutely no content. Very good. Invite link is up if anybody wants to join the panel, but there's nothing going on, so I don't know what I could talk about with you. Maybe I should do the crying routine. Make a couple $100, just do the crying. I can cry as good as anybody else, probably better. Yeah, it's all hypocrisy. All right. Newcastle currently letting me down. Well, you must be talking about what? Cricket? Or something like that? Rich Mish, what happened to the penance list? Well, I mentioned that 15 minutes, a half hour ago. It's all done. It's all ready. It's prepared in finished format to show. But I don't know whether to show it or not because, like I said, football, right? Because people could probably figure out who are the names on the penance list. They wouldn't know the amounts necessarily, but I don't see what I would accomplish by showing the penance list because those people certainly aren't going to pay it to come back to be readmitted to Morty's Diner. So what would be the point? I don't know. But it's all done and ready. I could bring it up at any time, but I don't know. Yeah, soccer. Okay. The Penzance list. That would be an interesting list. Right. Davey, little Dave, I'm having a piece of marzipan cake from Germany. I bought it at Trader Joe's with a cup of green tea. I bought some marzipan at the import store several days ago. Some chocolate marzipan. It was very, very good stuff. I mean, yeah. I was going to buy some Stollen from Germany. They had different varieties of Stollen, which is a pastry cake scone kind of looking thing. And but I read all the ingredients, and it included hydrogenated oil shit, which is just poisonous. So, unfortunately, I decided not to buy them. Well, fortunately, because I don't want to eat that shit. But yeah, I did look for the Viscount cookies or biscuits from England. They didn't have them, but those are on. They had Hobnobs and McVitie's and Aero chocolate candies and some other stuff from England, but not the Viscounts. But Amazon has the Viscounts. So I will buy that on my next Amazon order and try them out. And there was another product that I saved. Maybe Rich, maybe you had mentioned it. I forgot what it was, but I saved it or I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. They've also got what are those other British things? It's like a shortbread cookie with raspberry in the middle. Had some really goofy name. Hey, we have a guest backstage, okay? Davey, yeah, it's a Stollen loaf. I saw the oil in it, but whatever, it's Christmas. Okay, so you're all for the hydrogenated fats. Very good. We have a guest. Hello, Dodger.
Morty, I thought I'd join you for the back end of the show. Great show, man. You've done really, really well.
Oh, really? Talking about
for
nothing.
now.
Fantastic. Okay, great.
It's fantastic. I mean, that's what I always struggled with, just what do you talk about for an hour? But you do really, really well.
Right. Okay.
Most
Well, thank
impressed, Morty.
you. Yeah.
I
So
wore my.
being that you got a hat. Yeah.
This is the hat. I shouldn't have worn the Viking hat. If I'd worn this YMCA cap with Docs, then I think I would have been more an acceptable hat, don't you think?
Does it say YMCA on it? Is that why you call it that? Or?
No, somebody called it a what daddy or something daddy hat.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay. Very good.
Somebody
Yeah,
wore
he
it in
might not have
Sopranos.
banned you if you wore that if you had worn that hat.
That's what I think. I just wore the wrong hat at the time.
The Viking thing
Hey,
really
it's his show.
irked him. Yeah. So since you're so close to the German border, do you buy German food products at your local market, or like pastries or
I drive it.
cakes, cookies?
Yeah, we go shopping in Görlitz, which is the sort of nearest interesting town in Germany.
Uh-huh.
And we go shopping there, supermarket shopping. Yeah, it takes us about 40 minutes to get there.
Nice.
So
Do you
go and buy the
buy
bratwursts and whatevers and things and fish and things like that, you know.
how about like chocolates or pastries and cake and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, Higgy sends me advent. Last year he sent me a nice advent calendar with chocolates and
Right.
yeah, and things like that.
Higgins never sent me anything. He never sent me a Mont Blanc pen. He never sent me money. He never sent me an advent calendar. He never sent me a Mont Blanc wallet. Never super chatted. Nothing. But he sends everybody else stuff. I mean, I'm so
He's never
isolated
come on
here.
your show, has he? Though, to be fair,
Yeah.
has he been on your show?
No, not in a long time. Oh, he's been on many times, but he hasn't been around for quite a while now. But I don't care. It's fine. He's a great guest. So that makes up for anything. Yeah.
Do you want to see if my knife throw works on all day long?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
$15. $15. It's a sweet. It's a Swiss knife.
What's the brand? I can't make that out.
Well, it's Mora. Yeah, it's Morkanov, but a Mora knife.
Okay.
$15, but it's carbon steel and not stainless.
Right.
And so it comes as standard, you see, because I like my bushcraft. People don't know the difference between carbon steel. Carbon steel goes back to the old days, you know, the Wild West. Before stainless steel, you know, these stainless steel knives, all nice and shiny. And mind you, this is a bit worn. Look how dirty, and I need to clean that up.
Filthy.
It's not a use. So these stainless steel
don't use that
knives,
for surgery yet.
I do, yeah. Sometimes cut the calluses off my feet or something. Cool.
You use that to get a bullet out of your leg, kind of thing. Okay.
No, splinters out of my feet. Wood splinters out of my hands. Yeah, I pick them out.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so it comes all nice and shiny. So, and they sort of come a bit unfinished. So, if you work on them, so I pickled that in vinegar, so it's gone from that shiny finish to this black patina.
Uh-huh.
And I spent a whole day profiling that edge, and then the back end, the spine, profiling that. So you can use this on like a fire stick, so you can like make a spark with the back end of it. Yeah, so it's an interesting little craft knife.
What was the point of soaking it in vinegar?
Well, it creates this black color, this patina.
Right.
See, this has been dipped for over an hour in boiling hot vinegar.
Really?
And because carbon steel rusts, unlike stainless steel, carbon steel rusts, yeah? This prevents the blade from rusting. So what you do is you give it patina, whichever way you want to do it. I use vinegar. And then you give it a light coating of oil, and then it doesn't rust.
Ah. Only a knife person would know that.
It started out looking like. See, I reckon we ought to do this with wristwatches. So it started off looking like that, nice and shiny, yeah.
Right.
And then because it's carbon steel,
I see.
It's taking on this lovely patina, yeah.
So are you saying take a stainless steel watch and boil it in vinegar for an hour?
No, you need to make a carbon steel watch, and then you could pickle it yourself and have your own unique finish to it. I reckon that'd be a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But the watch would have to say it's boil resistant, boil proof.
Yes, the stainless won't react to it in that way. You can actually see it fizzing away. The blade actually fizzes away when you're doing that. But
that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I might try it with a Rolex, but it won't work. It won't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what happened if you boiled a Rolex for an hour? A stainless steel Rolex? It would destroy the watch, wouldn't it?
I think it'd do two things. One, it might the crown's got rubber seals on it, so I think those would go if at 100 degrees Celsius. possibly pray. But I think more importantly, the oils, because there is oiling in the mechanism, I think the oil may start to run, inside the watch.
I think it would create such high heat inside under the crystal, it would destroy the watch movement, wouldn't it?
Maybe before I die, I'll boil the bugger, eh? Somebody tells me
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to die tomorrow. I
Higgins
could
would
boil the
probably
watch
know.
today. Could I not give a shit?
Higgins would probably know what would happen if you boiled a Rolex in vinegar for an hour, because he
Yeah, he'd
took a
probably
drill
know.
and removed the crown guards, and he understands.
Yeah,
how
infamously, yeah.
yeah.
Infamously, he took a Dremel to the shoulders of his Rolex and ground them all.
Yeah.
Whatever
Amazing.
possessed him to do that? I never asked him the question, actually. I will ask him. I'll text him later and say, what possessed you to do that?
That probably ruined the resale value, but obviously he didn't care about the resale value, unless he thought it would actually improve the resale value, which would not make
Something genuinely knowing the guy. A lot of people are into this watch game because, not everybody, but there are people in this watch game just because of the hype, because of they think of the money retention. But he is one of these rare characters where he genuinely has a passion and a love for the watches.
Oh yeah.
He's one of those genuine, sort of watchaholics.
Mm-hmm.
Me. I'll be honest, it's a little bit of hype and a little bit this and that. But I'm learning. But
I think Higgins, if he was going to boil a watch, I think he would boil it in melted German chocolate and marzipan.
Yeah, he definitely boiled it in chocolate. That's
right.
Without a doubt.
German chocolate, high quality German chocolate, and boil it for an hour.
German, yeah.
And then wash it off and see what happens.
I've forgotten what it's called. Is Riventhorpe? No, it's not Riventhorpe. Hang on. What's it called? Richter? Oh, I don't know. The German chocolates.
Oh, Ritter chocolate.
Ritter, not Riventhorpe. Sorry, that was somebody else.
Yeah, he would go buy a box of Ritter and melt it all down and boil it. And
he'd melt it all down and board his watch in it.
Right.
Mm. Now he has some very beautiful, beautiful watches, I've got to say.
Oh, yeah.
It's always good to have a pal with some really, really nice watches.
I guess that could create a trend, since he's familiar with Swiss cuisine as well. He could add the watch to a fondue and let it sit there for an hour.
In fact, he recommended a fondue place while we're in Switzerland. He recommended that restaurant that we all went to.
So he could boil it in the cheese fondue in the Ritter chocolate,
or the oil for the meat. I think the oil one would be better to boil the watch in.
Right, Guy Gadwa. If this doesn't catfish Higgy, nothing will. Well, he doesn't. He hasn't been on the show in a long time. Anyone's channel. It's a shame.
Sad to say, I don't think we'll see him again. No. It's a shame.
It's those people. Yeah.
I used to enjoy him and Tan. When they used to do their show and do the watch talk, because I like this stuff that we do, but I do actually enjoy some real watch talk as well.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of dying away. If you think about it, Morty, Archie, the watch stuff isn't as prominent, is it really? It's not as it's taking it's stepping back, and as you say, the drama and everything else is stepping forward.
Well, the thing about all these vicious streams those other channels do is when you turn it off and you go outside and do your stuff for the day, after 30 seconds of being outside, you totally forget everything that was on. It means nothing. Except when you're involved in it, when you're addicted to it, then it can drive you crazy and make you want to stab somebody in the chest. But when you walk outside a minute later, it means nothing. It's just an insane asylum.
I've always enjoyed a bit of this sort of stuff that goes on, and I've always enjoyed a bit of the red meat. I've always taken it for what it is. It's just something that happens on the internet. It's just a bit of fun,
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it goes too far. Morty, as it goes way.
Well, I think it goes too far every day, but that's.
Well, I wouldn't say every day, but
I think every day depends on the channel, but every day it goes too far. But that's my opinion, or observation. Yeah. But hey, Higgins, if you're out there, come on, hop on the panel.
Yeah, he won't. Tell you what, he won't up on. Oh no, he's retired, isn't he? Mrs. Dodge is retired. He's retired. Yeah. He'd be retired.
Mm.
But I'm looking forward to meeting up with him in Hong Kong next year. So
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah, it's gonna be cool. Really
What's
looking
going
forward
on
to
in Hong Kong? Just a vacation trip, or
it's a little bit of a family get together. It's not a
I see.
YouTube thing. So
I see.
it's not for you, not for the publications on the YouTubes.
Ah, right.
Yeah, yeah. I
Got
could
it.
tell you in private, but
Yeah. What's it like in
we do
Hong
the
Kong?
odd things.
Do you find Hong Kong a safe city for a tourist to walk around?
I have never been to Hong Kong. I've
Uh-huh.
been to, well, I'm going to Hong Kong and Singapore, um, but I guess it's no different to Singapore, which is, one of the safest
Oh,
cities
yeah.
in the world, like
Right.
Dubai. Dubai, you could put your Rolex on the table and just walk away from the restaurant for 20 minutes and come back. It'll still be sat there.
Well,
But
because
I'm
the
not kidding.
penalty is if you stole something, they'll chop your head off or chop your arm off or
Not quite chop your head off, but it's not just that. It's just that, everybody's got a visa and, you put one foot out of line and you're out, which is fair enough. You don't stick to the rules and you're out.
well, I think if you
Yeah,
stole
it's
somebody's
respect.
Rolex, they would probably, if you're a tourist, they would probably just deport you, if not put you in prison, and cane you or
Tourists
something.
usually, it depends where you tourist from. I mean, I suppose, like, if you're a British tourist, you'll just get a year or two in nasty jail,
Mhm.
really nasty jail. But if you're not British and you come from some country that isn't as British or American, then you'll get shot or whatever. You know how it goes.
Right.
It depends on how powerful your government, your ambassador is, I suppose,
Right.
as to whether or not you pay the ultimate penalty or not. Like in Singapore, drug dealing is death by machine gun. I think it is. It says on the
By
back of
machine
the
gun.
landing card. Yeah,
Wow.
it says drugs. On the back of the landing card, it says the penalty for drug dealing is death by machine gun. Okay, I thought, all right, okay.
Well,
I
that's
better
very
not do any of
interesting.
that.
I agree with that, by the way. If you're a drug dealer, death by, but execute drug dealers. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you think they use one machine gun guy or like a rifle squad, each with a machine gun, like 5 guys?
Well, some countries aren't pussies. I don't know. In America, there's somebody says that a firing squad, there's 6 men, but only one has the bullet. Is that right?
It's either six guys and only one has a bullet, the other have blanks, or 5 guys have a bullet and one guy has a blank. It's one or the other. I don't think one bullet is enough. So, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's right. No, not for a quick kill. But I was also thinking, I know the difference because I've shot a few things.
Oh yeah.
Not things, but I've shot a few guns when I'm talking about things.
Yeah.
That was shoot. And I can tell the difference between a blank training round and a live
Right.
round. There's a
Yeah.
completely different kick to it. So I'd have thought them lot who shot a blank would know that they fired a blank. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah. I think
Well, not a maybe.
one
You
one
know.
if only one guy has an actual real bullet and he aims properly, like center of his forehead, and blasts his head like a pumpkin exploding, then one bullet would do the job and the other 5 guys could have blanks. Okay. But if he misses and just, hits his finger, then it's not enough. So,
And then I guess there's always a situation where if, let's say, you're shooting a paedophile, let's say,
right.
I mean, the one with the live round might have just decided to shoot him in the balls, yeah?
Well, that is an offer.
So then what happens? Do they
Judges,
reload with live
court
ammo?
will, I believe courts will either offer a choice of a convicted pedophile of imprisonment or castration or both. Like 10 years in prison or castration and 2 years in prison, something like that. You get a package deal. Chemical castration, that is.
Oh, chemical, not shooting in
Yeah,
the balls.
yeah. Or maybe the real thing.
Shooting in the balls is pretty good.
That would be.
It's a good idea.
Been there, done that. It hurts, believe me. Yeah, but
You
I would say just
balls?
execute these people.
Did you just say you shot yourself in the balls?
No, I never. I was just joking. Right.
I said, oh no, couldn't imagine that. Oh.
No. But for me, just execute. Now, these pedophiles, once they go to prison, usually they get killed by the other convicts because the convict code is any child molesters or pedophiles. It's an honor and a privilege to take them out. just extinguish the
I heard
grudge.
that.
And
I think
they're
in the
proud of
UK,
doing that. And those are the
yeah.
people who were already there for murder on a life sentence, so they don't give a shit.
I think in the UK they send them to these soft prisons, where they're all the same, they put the same ones all together. They put the pedophiles together with the accountants that have done wrong, financial accountants, and they put them all in the one jail, and then they leave the bigger criminals somewhere else. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? I mean, what if you're already in for life? I mean, getting rid of one pedo ain't going to cause you any problems.
Well, they don't care. I mean, you go to a state prison like San Quentin, and you got a lot of people there, in a life sentence, or they have to draw sticks. Who's going to who draws the lucky card to kill the new pedophile, the new chomo, who just got in, and they don't give a shit because they're there for life anyway. What's another dead body? They've already killed people before. So
a chomo is a pedophile,
child molester. Yeah.
So that's that. Only asking because that watch guy keeps going on about chomo.
Oh, a watch reporter, right? Well, he calls everybody.
Yeah,
chomo.
and I didn't know what chomo was till just now. He always said chomo this and chomo that, and
chomo is a slang term that originated in the prison system in the 1960s or 70s. It means child molester or pedophile, right?
So that's what he's on about. He's a strange.
Well, he calls everybody a pedo and a chomo, and right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But those people are not redeemable for the most part. So, in my opinion, just
unfixable, aren't they? They just need to be kept away from a society.
Yeah, just even, but well, whatever. I'm not in charge of the justice system, so steel toilet justice, exactly.
Well, what is steel toilet justice?
Prison cells have a steel toilet.
Yeah, I know that. I know. Yeah.
So I guess he's talking about. I have no idea.
Like in school, if you didn't like somebody to flush the toilet down. Sorry, to flush the head down the toilet.
I guess so. Right. Yeah. Watch Reporter is one of the funny people who actually can make me laugh on these channels. He usually takes it way too far. But for the most part, he's pretty funny, and he's more intelligent than most of the retards on these channels.
Yeah, see, I like him, and bro, I daren't tell him. I do actually like him, and I like his stuff, but I don't like it when he goes into the racist stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
When he goes there, that's just not me, because I'm married to a foreign wife, and it ain't right, is it?
Well, but a lot of these channels are full of, absolutely full of racists. They're all over the place on these channels. And if you don't know, then they're out there. They talk, you hear them every day with the racism and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Guy Gadbois says, ask Bud the Stud about it, Dodger. What does that mean, Guy Gadbois? About steel toilet justice? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what Guy Gadbois means there.
G knows some stuff, I'll tell you. Oh.
Yeah.
G's been around forever, hasn't he? G Gadbois been around forever.
Yeah. Now, someone explained to me, because I was calling him way back G Gadbois, and somebody explained to me in one of the Peter Sellers Pink Panther movies, when he made himself up as some costumed character to go undercover, okay, as Inspector Clouseau. He made himself up with a mustache and a costume of some sort, and he called himself Guy Gadbois. That was his name.
See,
so maybe that's where this name Guy Gadbois comes from, but I don't know.
We got some wonderful characters here. I mean, the one I like is Dick Insider.
Oh right, yeah, right.
Yeah. And then once you see it, but it's one UCLT. I mean, that's. Right. I have to work things. I'm a bit dim. I'm not that clever on the uptake, so I have to look and think, what does that mean? What's that mean? But exactly. No, I didn't know G Gadbois came from there.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Only Guy Gadbois can clarify if that's where he got the name.
Yeah. Please, G Gadbois, clarify, please, sir. Are you something to do with the Pink Panther?
Yeah. In French, it would be GUY. Guy Gadbois, but maybe that's not where it comes from. I don't know.
Oh, my
But
friend.
who knows? Yeah.
There we go. What do you think? Shall we talk about Marcelo for a bit?
Talk
I
about
don't know
what?
what you said. Marcelo. Can we talk about
Oh
Marcelo?
yeah, sure, yeah.
I don't. I'd see. I caught your show a bit later. I know you'd spoken, but I don't know what you'd said. So just
Yeah.
that as a background. But one of the things that I said, 'cause Marcelo, what, 4 years now, 5 years?
Mhm.
Right. Met him in real life 2 times, and I've slept with him in the same bed as well
Oh my
until he
God.
left and slept in the toilet. I know, but that's another story. Um, to be honest, you look at, people say, he's got a $500,000 watch collection, but I guess realistically now, he ain't going to get $500,000 for his watches. He'll probably get 350, 400,000. But if that's all he's ever worked towards and that's all he's ever got, a lot of people have got like a house for that or more. I mean, he
Mhm.
certainly couldn't buy a property. He probably couldn't buy a place in Tokyo for $350,000, could he?
In Tokyo, probably not.
No,
In the
exactly.
suburbs, far away in the suburbs, you could. Yeah.
So if that's his life's work, and okay, he's got a roof over his head, you can't say he's, like a lot of people say, oh, you've got this whatever watch collection you're loaded. You can't actually say he's loaded because he's renting his place and everything. And if his watches are all he's ever worked for the whole of his life, then I think it's a bit unfair to sort of say, well, you got all this and, yeah.
Well, I can see
Do you
what
know
you're
what I mean?
saying, but to say you don't have any money doesn't make any sense to me, because
Oh, no,
if
he shouldn't say
if
he
you can
hasn't got.
liquidate that for
No,
400,000,
no.
I'm just saying sell one watch, sell one of the lower watches, and you got an immediate 10
Yeah.
or 20,000. So, but I look at things maybe a little differently. So
No,
I
no.
understand it would be nice to save it
If
for
you're
when you're
saying he hasn't
retired.
got any money, that's wrong. But to say he's like really wealthy, of course he's not, because I mean, many people here, people who run shows, they've got their own properties, they're
Oh
worth
yeah, yeah,
more
yeah,
than
yeah.
$500,000 or $1 million even, aren't they? A lot of the show hosts.
But as you just said, if he could sell it
Mhm.
tomorrow for 400,000, let's say not 500,000, but that's a lot of money. So
He
my
would
thought
only
is, well,
buy
just
a
take
house.
one
Yeah,
watch and sell it, and you're in great shape. But people don't
yeah,
look at
yeah.
it.
Well, maybe he will. I don't know how he's
Yeah,
going to fund the round the world trip. I don't know if he's going to sell a watch or not. I don't know.
yeah. But he did say, or other people are saying, that he spent $9,000 on a MacBook Pro and $10,000 on a YouTube course to learn how to be a success on YouTube. So he had $19,000 that he sold. I think he sold the watch for the 19,000.
He said he saw the watch, didn't he? So I don't know the exact numbers, but I know he bought a laptop and did a course. I don't know the
Well,
exact
that's just a
numbers.
waste of money. Buy a laptop for
Prob-
1,000. That's all you need.
Probably, yeah. Look at my laptop and a shitey camera. And
A
if you,
1,000, 1,500, you get a top line laptop. You can travel the world with that and do shows everywhere. So, but listen, I got my own issues to deal with, but it just doesn't make sense to
we
me.
all
But
have, we all have
yeah,
our own issues. I think it's a bit unfair when people go on about him, and sort of have a go about what he hasn't done. But one thing he has done, he's worked hard,
oh
all of his
yeah,
life
no question about
in,
that.
in a fair trade. He's tried to make a go of that restaurant for 15 years. I don't think he's made his fortune from it, but at least he's been working.
Oh yeah.
He's not done any crime. He's not been in jail. He's not a bad person. He's not a bad person.
Hmm.
Like,
It's like
don't
it's
get
like
to
if
pay
Patel
his
Philippe
taxes.
started crying. He has no money. Let's just imagine he comes on the shows. He goes, "I'm broke. I don't have any money. I have nothing. I have no money." My thought would be, well, sell your Lamborghini
Oh yes,
and you've
yes,
got
yes.
money, lots of money.
Yeah, no,
So
that's true.
yeah,
That's true.
so
If
I don't
Marcel's
understand.
going,
Just doesn't make sense to me.
I didn't know. So Marcel's going around saying he's got no money. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
that's what he was doing today. Yesterday. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
But
I didn't
he's
see
got a
that.
wife, he's got a place to live, and food,
Yeah.
and he's got a $10,000 whatever computer and $8,000. So I mean, yeah. I mean, does he have cash? I don't know, but he's certainly got money, baby. Yeah, if he wanted to sell stuff, that's all. But you know,
True.
yeah. And he's a young guy, so he has plenty of time to save up for retirement. You know.
Yeah, he's still young. He can still earn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike me, I'm
Mhm.
done. I'm finished. I mean,
I mean, he's easily got another 20 years of active work life to make money.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, those last 20 years are potentially the most profitable years.
Mm.
I didn't make any real money until the last 15, 18 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You know, it didn't come until much, much later on.
Davey, how much is rent in Tokyo? I wouldn't know that today. I'd have to look it up. But it is affordable. I mean, you can find a place in Tokyo. It might not be very big. It would be pretty small, but it depends what neighborhood as well, you know. But I guess he wants to be in Tokyo, so not a smaller city. So yeah. But
average rent around 80,000 to 120,000 per month. That's a yen. Oh God, I have to convert.
It's 800 to 1,000. 80,000 yen would be like 800. Just take off 2 zeros. About.
It's not too bad there.
No, that's not bad at all. Now that might be pretty small. Okay.
Oh, that might be a small place. Yeah.
But even a nicer place is still going to be smaller compared to an American apartment. But you get used to it very quickly, you know, and it's no problem. When you first see how small it is, you go, wow, I can't live here. But in no time at all, you get very adapted and used to living in a small apartment. And one great benefit of having a small place in Japan is you don't collect all kinds of crap. You don't accumulate stuff that you have to buy more bookcases and file cabinets and shelves for because you don't have any room for it. So it does have a benefit in that regard, I found.
Yeah, crap everywhere.
Yeah.
But I was watching a documentary about Poland, the old PRL days, you know, the old commie days in Poland. And these couples that, you know, with a child were living in 10 square meter flats. 10 square meters. Just incredible how tight they were. And, you know, oh my God, why would you do that?
Well, probably half the people on the planet don't even have a place to live in. They just sleep outside in a tent or, you know, in a, who knows?
It depends on the climate, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or an igloo. Yes, some people live in igloos.
Well, igloo or some kind of
igloo livers,
some kind of hut or something, you know.
What how much it cost to rent an igloo? You got any idea?
I bet you could make a good deal if you wanted to rent an igloo up in Alaska or Canada. You know,
you could cut a deal, couldn't you?
They might have a Canadian discount if you're an actual Canadian versus a tourist, but maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess if you rented would that give you unlimited rebuilds? Because you'd have to rebuild it after every summer, wouldn't you? Because
if it's in good shape, it would be ready to move in. You know, if it's kind of dilapidated condition, you'd have to put some money in to build it back up. You don't want to have an igloo with the top missing. That would be bad. You know.
Well, I guess we could go to the igloo business and start building rows of igloos.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So sorry, I derailed your show, your plan a little bit.
Well, the show was derailed when I started, so this is only going back.
Okay, so we'll just that's all right. I don't mind adding to a bit of derailment or derangement, or one of the two.
So Polish money is called zloty.
Yes, zloty, which literally means in Polish, it's actually called złoty. The L is pronounced as a W in Polish, so the L is a W.
Okay.
Złoty, which literally means gold. So złoty literally means gold. ZL. I don't know how long it'll last. I think they keep trying to get drag Poland into Europe, you know, deeper and deeper. But whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know.
Yeah, how come Poland's not part of the EU with the what do they call it?
It is the money.
The money. Yeah.
Or it's just managed to keep its nose out of it because I don't know, everybody's looked at Poland in the past as being, sort of
What is I just
East.
forgot. What is the EU money called?
The euro.
Euro. That's right. Euro. So Poland doesn't use euros. It's
No,
zloty.
no, although Europe has been trying to push Poland into using it for years now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, well, not Poland. Yeah, stays in Europe. That'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Poland's aligning itself more with the US, depending on which party's in it, which government's in at the time, the left or the right, or the left or the right, or the left or the right.
Yeah.
The left
Out in the
or right.
countryside area, kind of like where you live, do a lot of people have outhouses and not indoor plumbing?
And not anymore. No, I mean they used to be like that, but
Yeah.
there still are outhouses, remnant outhouses. But everybody's got indoors now.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 60s in the UK, I grew up in a tenement that had the outhouse. That's where you used to go.
Right.
If you wanted to go, then you had your potty at night, so you'd have your potty under the bed, and then you'd slop out in the outdoor in the day. You go and pour it all out, wash it out, and then put your
Sure.
potty back on.
Outhouse talk. That's fantastic. Right. I used
Yeah.
outhouses at latrines in when I was a kid, camping. But it was okay because I was just a little kid, so it was kind of fun, Or I don't know if it was fun, but yeah.
I still
There's
remember the
nothing fun
smell.
about being in a snowstorm, going outside to use the latrine or the outhouse. But yeah,
There's a certain smell that I remember from a child.
Correct.
It's not poo smell, but it was this. I forgot what it's called. This certain disinfectant that was made out of coal tar. It's illegal now. It's a certain disinfectant that used to turn milky if you put it in water, and it was a combination of that smell. And my father used to always get every day. He'd have in England. He used to get the Polish soldiers' daily in Polish, and so he used to sit there at night, cutting this newspaper into sheets and threading it through a needle and a bit of string. And of course, that was your toilet. That was your toilet paper.
What was the toilet paper?
The Polish soldiers' daily, all chopped up into squares.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, well, toilet roll costs money, isn't it?
Right. Well, I guess so. Yeah. Toilet paper is a real luxury. Many people have never even heard of toilet paper. So, yeah.
Mrs. Wilkes, Dodger is so lucky having running water. Mrs. Wilkes has to grow well. well. I also have a borehole, but we won't talk about it. Well, be well. And I've got a pool hole that's to get emptied. So I haven't got mains water or sewage here. No. All the sewage goes into a hole and gets pumped out eventually. I try and avoid that because that's another cost.
Right. So you have a cesspool.
Yeah, I have a cesspool.
You have to get it pumped out. Right.
I have about 5 concrete rings in the ground that hold all the poo.
Right. Well, back where I'm from, many of the homes each house had a cesspool, and then the truck would come by and they have to pump out the cesspool. I remember something about that, but yeah, nowadays they probably all have sewer systems now, but back then everybody had a cesspool. Yeah, they dug it up. They had to dig up your grass and pump it out. Yeah, awful.
Yeah, yours you have to dig up the grass or something. Mine's just a concrete ring with a hole in it. They like just lift the little metal cover off and they drop the hose down and suck it out.
I never thought of it before, but each family's shit would just accumulate in the cesspool under the front lawn. And then once a year or whatever, you'd have to call the cesspool company and they'd dig up the grass and pump out the cesspool. Disgusting.
Yeah, I saw that, how they hide it underneath the access to it.
Yeah.
But ours have like a concrete lid where you don't have to dig up. It was weird, isn't it? How it's completely hidden in America. I thought that was a strange thing when I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah, I do it once a year now. I used to do it twice a year, but I found a way around that, which I won't
Mhm.
talk about.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I think I have to empty it once a year now. There's only two of us, you know.
I got to tell you, cesspool talk in a relaxed format is better content than the shit that's on those other shows with the hate and the screaming and the name calling and the backstabbing and the lying. I mean, much better content. So,
I enjoy everything, really. You
well,
know, I find everything entertaining unless it goes upsettingly so. You know, things
mhm,
go too far.
yeah.
You know, I don't mind a bit of fun. You know, a bit of piss take. I mean, I can stand a, you know, I can stand a level of abuse. You wouldn't make it here unless you did, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
I
Well, that's
remember when I
great.
first came on, you get the, you know, you get the initial hazing, and you get all the stick and everything. So
Right, right.
I
Yeah,
think
well,
sad now because I'm sad now because I haven't really got any trolls. I don't get much abuse nowadays. I've become a boring grey old man, which is what I suppose I am really.
the most recent trolling or hate that you've had was Doc's report not liking your hat.
That isn't hate. I don't think Docs
Not
is a
hate,
hate.
just,
He's a
being
hate.
picked on. Yeah.
I felt a little bit sad that just because I had a wrong silly hat on.
Mm.
I mocked him a little, just a little bit,
Mhm.
I mocked him a little bit. So I don't think he likes mocking or criticism too much. So.
No, well,
Very
he
straight.
doesn't see
He's very
that's.
straight.
Oh, you're right. He doesn't, but he
Very straight.
doesn't watch those other shows where he's attacked hour after hour after hour, month after month, year after year with the vile insults. He doesn't see, hasn't seen all that stuff, so he's not aware of it. But no, he doesn't like being picked on. No.
I see him in other chats. I mean, I see him somewhere else. Now he's everywhere, really. Come on. I think
Mhm.
we're kidding ourselves. We don't think Docs doesn't go. I think he goes to all the channels.
Well, you might be
That's why
right.
he's the Docs report in the news business, unless he watches the
You might
news
be right.
business.
So when he says, "Well, I don't watch those shows," maybe he does. He's lurking on those shows and he
Of
sees
course he
everything.
does. If he's in the news business, he has to watch them. You know, it's part of the job. Part of the job.
Well, maybe so. Yeah. So when he says he spends all
Oh,
day at the fitness center, he's really home studying the other channels. So maybe.
yeah, you can only spend so much time at the fitness centre at his age. Probably an hour or two, and that's it. Isn't he? He's back there watching
Hmm.
the vids.
Hmm.
The other thing I've noticed, I can't watch the Curly show anymore because it's all put up because it's the timing is wrong for me. It's always behind the paywall now, so I can never watch
Well,
any
and
of the
that
Curly
should
stuff.
be something you could be appreciative of. That you don't have to watch that.
Possibly, I don't know what's
Horrible.
happening, so that probably might be a good thing. Yeah, that could be a blessing in disguise, couldn't it?
It is. Your guardian
Sometimes,
angel is taking care of you.
yeah, sometimes I'm awake and I watch it or whatever, or hop on. But
Mm.
mostly it's behind the paywall now, isn't it? It's like it's become big league, hasn't it?
Well, I
I
mean,
think
the
that's
freak
become the
shows have
big
always
one.
been a popular attraction, for centuries.
Do you think that's the most popular one now, isn't it? Let's be honest between ourselves. Apart from yourself, obviously, the Morty's done. I think it is the most popular show, isn't it now?
Well,
The
freak
rating the
shows
most.
always get an audience. They always get people who want to pay 10 cents to go in and see the freaks. And,
Mm,
so
mm.
they don't have
Well, I
freak
think
shows anymore, but on YouTube, they certainly do. So,
mm, I think in this space, I think definitely the Curly show is the number one now. Would you say? Would you agree? I
number
know,
one
maybe,
in terms of, well, I don't want to really talk about them.
no,
And
no. In terms
yeah,
of I don't know,
number one
income and
in terms of,
participation, viewership.
depends how you would pick number one for what criteria and certain criteria.
Yeah. I
Absolutely
agree. I
number
agree.
one. Yeah. So, but,
Yeah.
yeah. But, back in the French Revolution days, the big attraction, the big entertainment was watching all the aristocrats getting their heads chopped off by the guillotine. And the town square would be mobbed with thousands of people eating popcorn and, well, no, eating a croissant and cafe au lait, watching all the heads getting chopped
Absolutely,
off.
absolutely.
So, I mean,
I mean,
that was
that would
their
have been it.
entertainment. you know. So
To be honest, I'd have gone as well. Would you have gone
there
to
you
some
go.
hanging guillotine?
Well, if you're going to see the people who've been ruining your life, these aristocrats, and that might be worth going to, for the satisfaction. But would I be eating a chocolate croissant with a cafe au lait at the same time? Maybe I would have. I mean, I don't know.
Let them eat cake.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, let them eat cake. I don't know.
That's a
World's
hell of a
going through a
job, being the
revolution.
guy running the guillotine. You go home from work, your wife goes, "How was work today, honey?" "Oh, rough day. 45 heads today. Oh, I'm tired."
Cutting,
Boy,
yes, cutting.
tough.
The guillotine job, the hangman's job.
France was using the guillotine into the 1950s, which is just amazing. And there's a picture on YouTube or a video about the last guillotine execution was in the 1950s, and I think they really didn't want to give it up, but the public perception said you can't do this anymore. But yeah, nasty. Now here's an interesting question from Little Dave. Why is Trump so nasty to women reporters? He's not nasty to women reporters, Little Dave. He's nasty to libtarded woke imbeciles. That's what we voted for him for, to speak up and call out the idiots and the fake reporters. Yeah. Okay, Mike.
I'm really
Mike
pleased. You know what I'm pleased about, Morty? I'm pleased that America at last is maybe going to walk away from babysitting Europe and just concentrate on America and make sure America's okay without getting involved in all the bullshit. I mean, what in the hell has he got to do with America? Why should America spend all its dollars, on some gobshite place in Europe? I mean, or Europe. I mean, why? I mean, what for? What for? What
Well, it
reason?
depends what can be gotten by supporting friendly countries. Okay,
Well,
intelligence, investment, uh, a trade. So
what's
those
America
things
going to
would,
get out of
yeah,
Europe
but just
anyway? I
just
mean, it's a
tossing
waste.
money into some European country that already has money. It's like, why donate to YouTubers who already have money? They don't need the money, you know. So that makes
Let's
sense.
face
Why
it,
why give
you don't
money
need
to countries
Mercedes,
that
you
don't
don't
need
need
the money?
BMW, you don't need Mercedes, you don't need BMW, you don't need any of that really. You can make it yourself. Instead of like Detroit's got knackers, got to make it yourself.
Well, it's a good
Bother
point.
Europe.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Well,
Wasting your money.
but really, yeah.
I think it would help Europe to stand on its, because it's a little child that doesn't know how to stand on its own feet. And I think that by America withdrawing, from the European scene would help Europe actually take some tough decisions and stand on its own 2 feet instead of, running and expecting America to solve all of its
Well, that
problems.
might have come from that attitude. Of these European countries may have come from America rebuilding these European countries after World War II. But after the rebuilding's been done,
Marshall Plan,
and these countries have money, then we don't need to give them that money, those millions and billions of dollars.
Exactly. Why should you?
Right.
I always wondered why, America was so invested, putting billions in defence of NATO when the rest of the European countries could barely pay 2% of GDP, not interested.
Well, that's what Trump did. He said, we're not paying for this anymore. These countries want to be in NATO. They have to pay their share because America was paying for them, their share.
Right.
And Trump ended that. I mean, it's phenomenal. Yeah.
But the other good thing now is if people want guns and bullets, they're going to pay for them, and they're not gifted.
Right. Europe says it's afraid of Russia. Well, Russia would never invade Europe. What are you talking about? These things don't happen.
It won't happen. It will never happen now. Nothing to worry about there. He's not interested in that. So, that's just scaremongering, saying, oh, it could be invaded. If anything, Europe had encroached too far on Russia and maybe created a problem. But let's not go into the.
Well, I think Putin would love to have Finland and Ukraine, but I don't think he wants to take over Europe. I just think he wants those bordering countries, and he'd be happy with that. But I don't know. So,
Yeah, Europe says it's afraid of Russia.
Well,
all these countries are happily making money out of selling munitions where young kids are getting killed by them. They're opening up new factories so more young kids can go off and get killed. That's the terrible thing about it. Yeah. People
it's
lose faith.
amazing in Russia that no one, unless it's just not reported, if they're so dissatisfied with Putin sending tens of thousands of young Russian men to be killed in battle over nothing, no one, why don't they just take them out? And no one's ever done that. That's been reported. So,
If you remember the Russian Revolution, they got upset.
oh yeah. But nowadays, I mean, if the Russians are so worried about Putin, having tens of thousands of Russian men being killed in war, why don't they just take care of Putin? But no one's doing that. So
It's obvious that Putin has the support of the Russian people. I mean, there's
apparently
nothing to
so.
say
Yeah.
otherwise.
Apparently,
Nothing to say otherwise. Right or wrong, I'm just making it an observation that nobody in Russia seems upset with Putin's policy.
Yeah. Well, amazing. Yeah.
It is amazing. All interesting stuff. I don't like his, stuff like, America. I'm talking about America. I'm not talking about Trump or anything. I'm not making this political, but America takes real steps in finding a way for peace, and then the next thing you know, Europe pokes its big nose into it, wanting its slice of the cake or to poke its nose in a deal. It's like, what are they? It's like having a little nipping dog at your ankles to Europe.
Well, certain people talk about America, being responsible for this and that, but Europeans have been killing each other for thousands of years.
Oh yes, the kings.
And we've had nothing, and America had nothing to do with any of that, obviously.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, gee, end the wars, mate. Yeah, me too. I'm sick of seeing it because, we get the brunt of it. So the kids without any fingers, arms, and hands end up in the villages here, and then you end up picking them off the side of the road and taking them to hospital so their dressings redone. And they say, "Oh, I've got a child, this, that, and the other." And how's he going to pick up his kids with no fingers or no hand? Or it's the reality of it. I mean, people can talk as much as what on the news, but you don't get to see. You don't get to see the blood soaking through the bandage, do you? You don't see that. You don't hear the stories.
Well, Putin would never allow that kind of news coverage on Russian television.
Hey, listen, they don't allow that news coverage here in Europe.
Oh, that's right.
Do you see what I see?
Right.
Do you see where I see a kid with his arm all bandaged up because he's lost all his fingers? Do they show that on television here? No, they don't.
That's a good point.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. The reality of the people who are paying this price is I'm going back to my father. He was 14 when he was in the army. People who pay the price of this are young kids.
That's
who are sent to these stupid dumbass wars. For what? What? I stood. God forbid. I went to Omaha Beach, and I stood there and I just stared out to the cemetery and all these white stones, and I read some of the graves, and these young kids were coming from Montana, from places I never even knew existed in America. And these kids have gone thousands and thousands of miles to fight some stupid dumbass war. And they never went back to their mums and dads. And the ages of them, 18, 19, 20, it's the same old shit, It's like,
well, I would say that they died to stop Hitler taking over. America would have been in his life. Those deaths can't be compared to people dying in the Ukrainian war, which is about nothing.
Yeah, I mean that was. But what gets me now is even today, when people start using the word fascist.
Mhm.
Yeah, anybody sort of a little bit more right or a little bit like Trumpy are called fascists.
Fascist, right? Yeah.
And these people know nothing of a real fascist. If for
Right.
one moment a real fascist uprising came again, people wouldn't know what hit them. They don't know what true fascism is.
Yeah, I think Mussolini in his grave is spinning in his grave because he's a fascist. And when he hears people calling Trump a fascist, he goes, "Wait a minute, I'm the fascist. They're not."
Miles away, miles away.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think some of these people who bleat fascist, I shouldn't say this. I don't wish. Maybe there should be some fascism where they can go. They can go. See what real fascism is before they start calling anybody else a
I'm all
fascist.
for that. Yeah.
No,
Wow.
Jesus.
Well, I
Yeah.
got to tell you, it's lunchtime, so I'm going to
Okay,
wrap it up. 2-hour show. Very nice.
I want to get a snack.
Yeah. And thanks very much for hopping on the panel.
Yeah,
And
thanks for having me on, Morty. I know
bet.
we haven't made any super. I'm a super chat killer.
All righty. So thanks everybody for watching today's show and the channel support. And as I said, this show today was not riveting, brilliant, not comedic, and not quality, but good coffee. All
Fair
right.
enough.
Very nice.
Thanks, Morty.
You bet. Thank you, Dodger. Thanks, everyone. See you
Bye.
Sunday, 2:00 will be the clips and commentary show. First time.
See you Sunday.
All right. See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.